Hi, today I wanted to do an update on my Catasetums. And I actually wanted to record the difference between last year growing and this year growing. I am relatively new to Catasetums. I've had this one here, for a couple of years, and I've been able to keep it alive, and last year it actually bloomed. But I was always kind of complaining and didn't like the fact that my pseudobulbs didn't grow very fat. So those are pseudobulbs from last year and previous year. Notice how skinny they are. It did bloom, but the pseudobulb didn't look good. Now compare this year's pseudobulb. It's like twice thicker or fatter or bigger. Now I like this one much better. So here's what I changed. First, have a look at last year's setup. So this year I decided to try something different. First of all, you notice that it was in a larger pot with bark mix, and I think that it did not dry out consistently. Like top might have been really dry, while bottom was probably wet. And I'm not very good with bark. I find it very deceiving, especially in a clay pot, so I would never know when to water, and I was kind of letting it to dry too much, I think, so it didn't get proper hydration, and as a result also not proper nutrition. That's what I think. So, and plus, because it was in a larger pot, it did not fit on a windowsill, so it did not get as much light, bright light, as this year. And so what I did this year, I took smaller pot and I potted it into a straight sphagnum moss. Now sphagnum moss is in this large pot might be like drying not too fast, but the secret is to make it really tight, to pack it tight so it does not hold as much water. And when I water, I don't soak it. I just water enough to wet it through, but to not let it to get too much water. So it's wet, but it's not soggy. It's really tight there. And so as a result, on the windowsill where it sits, it usually dries out in 2 days. So it's in the moss, but still dries out kind of quickly. And every time I water, I fertilize. This is the fertilizer that I use. It is a liquid fertilizer by Dynagrow. It is urea free. There's some information about it, and that's the content. And so it says to use half teaspoon per gallon of water. So I'm using quarter teaspoon. So the half the strength that required. On every watering, basically like twice a week, it gets this fertilizer. I used to use MSU, but I didn't really like it. I find that crystals are too large and I couldn't properly dissolve it. And I'm really liking the liquid fertilizer. And I think my orchids kind of like it too. Now this recent problem on my Vanda, only one Vanda, Mimi Palmer cross, that I got this nutrient deficiency problem. I purchased first of all, I put this little tea bags on all my vandas, and actually I did notice some improvement, meaning that my vandas started to produce new roots like crazy. Like, look, this is how many new little starts popped out. And like on all my vandas that got this tea bags. I don't know if that's coincidence or not, but now looking that it might be calcium and magnesium deficiency, I also bought this product. I'll show you. So I bought this product, which is a calcium and magnesium supplement, and I just received it probably a week ago, so I just started using it. So it did not now this bulb grew without it, but now I'm adding this one to all my plants too. Yeah, so that's all I'm using for fertilizers, if anybody's interested. But the video is about this fat pseudobulb that I finally achieved. It's much better than the previous ones. Now this is to complete update. So all my Catasetums are presented. This is the second one I have, and I just got it this summer in June, I think end of June, and it came as these two bulbs with no new growth. So it only started this little growth in June, and I gave it the same setup as my existing one. This one is Catasetum pileatum jumbo green gold, and it does great. It's progressing. See, it's growing nicely. I'm not sure how, because it started to grow too late. It was supposed to, like, my other one started in spring and it's already big, but this one is still little, so probably no bloom this year, but hopefully until next year it will figure out the seasons. For now I'm happy that it's growing. So that was update on my Catasetum, recording the progress of the pseudobulbs. Hopefully this little one will pick up and grow nicely too. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.